Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Kevin?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Monday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Here are the five for the Clippers. Under down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at the small forward position. And for the Suns, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot.
And last season for the Clippers, it was a collection of smaller guys who played big.
Well, they're very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
Now here's Booker. Ayton in the high post. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Suns keep it alive. Rubio the pass to Booker. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Kept alive. And it's blocked. Passes it to Ayton. Oubre outside. Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker. Look at the last game for the Suns. It was a win against the Nuggets.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Now Harrell. Pass to Williams. Fires the 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Saric finds Booker. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
George passes to Beverly. Leonard with the ball. Covered by Rubio. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Now the pass to Ayton. He kicks it to Booker. Tries again and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Williams with a clean look. No good from outside. Phoenix is gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Rubio the pass to Oubre. Back to Rubio. Here's Ayton. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Nuggets in Denver.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
Clippers leading by 5. Beverly wide open. No good on the triple. On the wing, Booker. He's guarded by Williams. Rubio against Beverly. Saric inside. Kicks it out to Booker. 4 on the clock. Over Williams. And again, it's the Suns missing.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
George against Oubre. George, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Ayton against Harrell. Ayton kicks to Rubio. They could use a bucket. Buries it from three-point range.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Williams, and it's blocked.
He has the size and can get up quickly. Ayton with the throwback.
Clippers with the ball. Harrell kicks to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Saric.
And you can't be careless around Saric. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
Many players on their best behavior to start the year. Do things get more chippy as the season goes on?
If you were in a marriage, Kevin, let's say, and you are. Let's say you had what's called the honeymoon phase.
Yes.
Right around December, that's about your 5th year of marriage. And guys start to think about, you know what, I keep seeing you every day, and I don't like how it is that I'm playing, and I don't like where we are right now. It's cold in this gym. What is going on? That might spill over occasionally to competition on the floor.
Well, because my wife plays this game, watches our broadcast,
yeah.
I'm always in the honeymoon stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe she's playing it. Here's Rubio. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Rubio with it. Leonard with the steal. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Williams against Booker. Williams with the block. Leonard attacking. Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line. 2 years ago, Paul George and his curious travels about where he was going to land in terms of free agency made his way back to Oklahoma City. And a lot of people were wondering why he made that choice. Then a year later, at the behest of Kawhi Leonard, a trade goes down where Paul George ends up back in Los Angeles with the Clippers. You talk about a two-way threat along with Kawhi Leonard. What an unbelievable wing combination the Clippers have with these two.
And with George last year, easily his best season as a pro in every measurable way.
You wonder in the next couple of seasons here, Kevin, if we're going to see the best of Paul George. Again, coming off that gruesome leg injury, him finding his form last year for Oklahoma City. A lot of talk about even Paul George being considered as an MVP candidate, and rightly so. Now back in Los Angeles with Kawhi Leonard. What a terrific duo they have.
Now here's Saric. A 14-point game for him in the win against Denver. Booker outside. And stolen by Williams. And Leonard has it in the corner. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Saric up top. He's defended by Harrell. Saric passes to Booker. Sinks the three-pointer. Booker's got 6.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
George dishes to Beverly. And here's Leonard. 26 points for him last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
Saric trying to break free, and that one's good. Ayton.
Ayton very much used to the defense collapsing and having some bodies around him, but just brushes them off.
Pass to Leonard. Over Saric. Leonard, no luck.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Oubre kicks to Rubio. Ayton against Harrell. 5 to shoot. Saric passes to Rubio. And here's Booker from the arc. It's hauled in by George.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Oubre dishes to Rubio. Ball's knocked loose. George with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Whoa!
Wow.
Look out. Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And the Suns here with a different look. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Kaminsky comes in for Saric. Bridges, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Maurice Harkless is checked in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Mind the lane. One shot.
Free throw good, Booker.
And the Suns last year, second to last in defensive rating.
Well, a lot of that was points off of turnovers. They just could not take care of the basketball. A lot of teams feasting on young players and inexperienced players getting a lot of minutes for the Phoenix Suns.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Clock at 4. Shoots the 3. Rebound by the Suns.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Booker against Beverly. Puts it up from 15. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, Beverly showing a bit of his speed right there, out of the blocks, hoping to get something on the drive on the inside.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. They get a hand on it, and here is Los Angeles now. Here's Johnson, and it goes down 2 points. And the Suns lead by 2.
You have to respect the quickness of Tyler Johnson. Remarkable at leaking out there and getting free in transition.
Here's Green. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Johnson. Pulls up on the wing. They get it back. Kaminsky. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Suns on defense. Shamet kicks to Harkless. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac the pass to Green. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Harkless. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Bridges passes to Kaminsky. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Sometimes when a shooter misses a wide open shot, Brent, you hear, oh, he had too much time. I mean, is that really a thing?
I mean, in life, do we really have too? You never have too much time.
Never have too much time.
You can never have too much time.
I think about Marc Gasol, like in the finals and the playoffs last year. He would sit there and no one would even be around him.
And he's tiptoeing like, do I shoot? Do I shoot? I think it messes with you just in terms of the psychological part about like, why isn't anybody guarding me here? Well, if you're a bad shooter, there's a really good reason why they're not guarding you.
And he makes the first.
Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs.
For Los Angeles, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
The free throw drops for Zubats. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Now here's Booker. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Here's Beverly. Baines with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Harkless. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when it came to three-point efficiency last year, somewhat surprisingly, Phoenix was dead last.
Well, you see the overall average there, and it's because the guys who handled the ball a ton didn't shoot it all that well. Booker shot under 33%. So did Tyler Johnson. So did Kelly Oubre after he came over in the trade. So maybe a new offensive system will help these guys find more consistency in that area.
No good on the free throw.
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now, and why not? 2 elite players that can play both sides of the floor. They were already talented and scrappy. You just wonder if this group, with some of the additions and subtractions, can come together in the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. It's a 3-point game. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Passes it to Diallo. Beverly against Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And that one is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, they couldn't buy a bucket at times, and that's frustrating. And that game was not their friend.
Now, the AC seemed to be cranked up in that one. It was chilly in the arena that night, at least on that end of the floor. Just cold shooting all the way around.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That's good from Harkless. Harkless hits them both. The Suns leading. Right at the free throw line. Here's Kaminsky, and he uses the glass on the layup. Kaminsky's got his second basket of the night.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And that one released in time, but no good.
A gritty effort on the defensive end. Johnson showing how quick he can be on both ends of the floor.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Suns on top, up 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So,
well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Diallo, and it's Johnson in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now here's Johnson. Here's Kaminsky. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Fourth, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running.
Yes.
You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is.
So he comes up empty at the line.
Monty Williams, in his first stint with the Phoenix Suns, was a sought-after hire as a front office personnel member, was with the Spurs before going to Philadelphia, and has been a head coach in the league. Remember his days back in New Orleans with the Pelicans and a young Anthony Davis. So Monty experienced and is going to bring that to the desert.
And here's Booker from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Booker's got 12 points in the game.
Well, anytime that somebody scores, Devin Booker's the first option. He comes back and drills that one.
Here's Green. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And that experience you're talking about with Monty Williams, it's why the Suns wanted him.
Well, Monty's experience in a lot of levels in this league, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, being in the front office, part of player development. That's an amazing calming influence for this young Phoenix Suns team to grow with.
No good on that one. And to have someone, Brent, with the size and the strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis, but his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time 6th man of the year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. High post, Zubats. Kaminsky's there. Shot clock at 5. And that one's good. Shamet's got his first points of the game.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Kaminsky. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now, here's Zubats. Up top, Harkless. Defended by Bridges. It's deflected. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Kaminsky finds Johnson. And Zubats picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Phoenix. Ayton comes in for Kaminsky. And Oubre subbed in for Booker. And then for Los Angeles, Leonard comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Georgia subbed in for Landry Shamet. Here's Diallo. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Leonard inside. Covered by Oubre.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
6 to shoot. Johnson outside. Over Green. Misses off the right iron.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
Talk about versatility on offense a lot, but how about on defense? And he takes pride in making an impact down there.
And here is Johnson after Paul George getting his 3 to go. In the corner, it's Oubre. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Phoenix has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Oubre, good.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
George looking over the floor. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Phoenix making some changes. Sharch checked in for Sheck Diallo. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Bridges. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Now, here's Rubio. Back to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Oubre passes to Saric. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Johnson from outside. Green with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4. George with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Goes back up. And the layup by George. George has got 8.
Well, positioning is one thing, but having the go-go gadget arms that Paul George has to get that rebound helps out a lot.
Now here's Ayton. There's the dish to Saric. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run, much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years, but this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
He misses the free throw.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
Second free throw, no good.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
George against Johnson. Back to Leonard. Looking to get back on track here. And it's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George, and that's going to be a travel. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. They'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Spurs, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Green with the block. The open shot, Williams, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Rubio, the pass to Oubre. Back to Rubio. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Oubre against Leonard. Oh, that's blocked. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Rubio outside. Here's Baines. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Feeds to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Baines dishes to Saric. Poked loose. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Saric. Leonard on the wing. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre. Here's George. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Now Green. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 10 points for Leonard.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Johnson kicks to Oubre. Here's Baines. He's defended by Harrell. Rubio the pass to Saric. It's stolen by Green. Oh, Leonard in position.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Rubio. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here too. Beverly's checked in. Off the inbound pass. And Harrell slams it in.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. With the tip, Saric on the follow. Saric has got his first basket of the night.
And the anticipation of Saric, outstanding at staying engaged and just eating up those rebounds.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Leonard, and again the Clippers good for 2.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Booker with it. He's got 12. Throws it up high. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Now, Booker is a special offensive player, can score, and starting to show his playmaking.
Beverly dishes to Harrell. Outside Williams. Outside Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
Such a difficult guy to keep up with and also have a conversation with. Leonard, sometimes all you can do is foul him.
Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his 2nd Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
And the first one drops. And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top 2-way threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now for the first time he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
Here's Baines. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Shoots over Leonard. That shot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. Here's Harrell. Drops in the layup for two. Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Tipped away and stolen by Harrell. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
54 seconds left now here in the second. And here's Rubio. And the rejection by Harrell.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. That free throw, no good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
When he came into the NBA, Kawhi Leonard wasn't the most refined player, but something in Spurs management and with the work of the coaching staff, they found a superstar.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and it's good for 2.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Now here's Booker. 12 points for him. Fires the 3. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. With an excellent team performance in the second quarter, they were able to push ahead, scoring easily and defending with a lot more intensity, pushing out to a 10-point lead here at the half. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, into a better rhythm in the second half, and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Los Angeles leading by 10. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year convo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Here's Saric. Rubio with it. Williams picks him up. Williams with the block, and he gets it back.
And, you know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
And it was made clear early on to Ricky Rubio that the Jazz were moving on from him. But Rubio quickly finds a home in Phoenix. 3-year deal for Rubio, who is a good fit with the Suns. Having a real point guard on the team like Rubio should be a huge boost.
First one falls for him. No good on the second free throw. Los Angeles leading by 8. Harrell finds Leonard. Over Saric. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Leonard's got 20 points.
You know, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
Free throw good, Booker. And Brent, with Booker, the ball handling and creativity he has puts him among the elite guards in the league.
Yeah, you wonder if Phoenix can find a way to get some more talent around Devin Booker What happens when all of the attention is not on him? He's already proven he's a great scorer. Where else can he go?
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Harrell against Ayton. Booker outside. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Beverly. And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Beverly up top, covered by Rubio. It's stolen by Sharks. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Booker. Over Williams and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 15 points for Devin Booker.
You have to be alert if you're guarding Devin Booker. He's terrific at cutting apart the defense with the dribble move.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Leonard. It's tipped. Sharks looking around. Here's Ayton. And the rejection by Harrell. Williams kicks to Harrell. Here's George. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Ayton. Check Diallo. He's checked in for the Suns. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Zubats is checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. They've led by as many as 11 points. The shot by Williams, no good. Suns trail by 7. Here's Diallo. 80 that time from Leonard. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And the Clippers miss again. Ayton against Leonard. And it's Ayton missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And that one's good. Leonard.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Over to the wing. Ayton, the pass to Rubio. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Booker. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Green, he's checked in for Williams. And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them. Clippers leading by 7. Outside Leonard from 13. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Johnson in the corner. The feed to Ayton. In the corner, it's Oubre. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. A 3 ball. offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Paul George on top.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Los Angeles leading by 6. Now Beverly. 7 points in the game. And stolen by Diallo. Down low, Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Now the big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Bounce pass from Beverly. Feeds away. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists tonight. Rubio the pass to Diallo. Johnson surveying the floor. And the pass to Rubio. And here's Oubre. Connects from 3-point range. Oubre's got his 3rd basket of the night.
So big for this offense and crucial that Oubre can continue to knock it down from there.
Beverly against Rubio. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Good D by Rubio. To the middle. Stolen by Zubac. Pass to Beverly. Knocked away. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And now the Suns a fast break. George against Oubre. Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. The teardrop falls in. Now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, the D might want to wake up to that Tyler Johnson floater. He puts that up there just with the right amount of touch to get it to go.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And the Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. Harkless is checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Shamet. Great touch on the 16-footer. And Phoenix has possession, and it's the Suns' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Bridges passes to Ayton. Now here's Diallo. Zubac defending. Shot good by Diallo.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
The Clippers in the lead. Shamet with it. Outside. George. Releases. And he hits the jump shot. George has got 11 points.
PG playing behind the pick and roll, able to use his size. Pretty good decision that time with the basketball.
Rubio outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Tyler Johnson. Rubio no good on the free throw. The Clippers shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Here's George. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Now, here's Shamet, covered by Rubio. And George, here we go. Another shot. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
Shot.
Suns trail by 4. Passes it to Baines. Pass to Diallo. Ayton with it. 6 on the shot clock. Over Green. Rebound by the Clippers. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the inside. Zubats, that's good. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent. Landry Shamet shows a lot of promise.
Interesting for Lambeau, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a 3rd or 4th guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
And it's George missing.
The three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
And here's Booker. He's got 15. A stupendous finish in traffic. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He enjoys hitting shots in the face of the D, especially when he's near the hoop. Devin Booker with a nice 2 there.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. Suns trail by 4. .158 left here in the third quarter. And the rejection by Zubats.
And let's see some of the numbers here for Paul George. Coming off a terrific season. First in steals, and of course, one of the game's truly elite scorers with the 2nd most points per game in the league.
And as you said, first in steals last season, you have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Sharge checked in for Phoenix. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Clippers leading by 3. Floats it up there for Harrell. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Sharge.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one misses. Suns trail by 5. Kaminsky with the ball. George picks him up. Phoenix no good that time either. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Shamet. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Devin Booker.
Yeah, easy call.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Here's Booker. Lays it up and banks it in. Booker's got 19 points.
And Devin Booker showing a nice touch around the rim.
Williams from outside hits it from three-point range. And the Clippers lead by 6.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Kaminsky. He's got 8. Back to Booker. A floater. A second chance effort. And Kaminsky lays it up and in. Kaminsky's got 10 points in the game.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Here's Zubac. Dishes it to Harkless. And it's blocked. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Saric passes to Baines. He kicks to Kaminsky. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
There's Shamet. And a miss there on the triple. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Devin Booker, Kaminsky out there with Dario Saric. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Johnson in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now here's Booker to tie it up. Goes back up. Shot's good by Baines. Baines has got the game tied up here for the Suns.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
It's blocked. Booker in the corner to take the lead. The shot off that time, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Beverly. Johnson with the block.
Well, Tyler Johnson getting up fast to block that one.
Leonard, he's checked in for Zubac. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Suns.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Now here's Kaminsky. Here's Sharch. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Here's Johnson. The pass to Kaminsky. Got a piece of it. Here's Harkless. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Sharch.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And forget about the miss for a moment and focus on the fact that he's done a great job putting pressure on the defense.
Second free throw, no good.
And not doing anything to erase his reputation as a shaky free throw shooter. This game really only making it worse.
Here's Baines. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Left side, Sharch. Basket counts. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Pass to Leonard. Over Kaminsky. And it's Leonard missing.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
And the rejection by Harrell. Leonard against Johnson. Johnson with the block. Here's Baines. To take the lead. Inside and stolen by Harrell. And here they come. Here's Leonard. It's good. Leonard's got 26.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
There's Williams, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
When we talk about Lou Williams being one of those herky-jerky players, unpredictable at how he's going to score, but he will score.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
And he knocks down the first one.
Lou Williams and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team, someone the younger guys look up to.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for the Suns. And both free throws good for Lou Williams.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Baines. Here's Oubre. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to Beverly. Kicks to Leonard. Now here's Harkless. Defense right on him. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard draws the double. Over Johnson. Los Angeles with another miss. The Suns have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Booker outside. Pass to Sharge. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
No good on the free throw. DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Harrell. Now here's Williams. Here's George, and he goes big with the dunk right over DeAndre Ayton.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Johnson dishes to Booker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Johnson kicks to Booker. Off target from three-point range.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And Phoenix making a change here. Rubio's checked in. And he sinks the second. Suns trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
From downtown, it's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The pass to Leonard. Shoots it. No problem on the jumper in close. Leonard's got 11 in the second half.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Now Sharge. Booker outside. Pass to Oubre. Rubio outside. And the 3 ball is good.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. Passes to Williams. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Beverly. Over Ayton. Tries again. And George gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 8.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Booker outside. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And the Suns call time here.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off him a little.
The jumper from the free throw line is good. And it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead. Phoenix has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Beverly against Rubio. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Los Angeles leading by 10. Outside Williams. Pass to Leonard. From 13. Off the left rim and out.
And that's how you want to see defense play. Got right up in his face to bother the shot.
That's going to make any scorer uncomfortable when you get that aggressive.
Now here's Ayton. To the paint. Here's Oubre. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I could see that contact really didn't bother Oubre Jr. on that possession.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Leonard, that falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. Saric outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And that one falls from Saric. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
if we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. No good from Booker.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that. Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Here's Saric. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. The pass to Ayton. 6 to shoot. Back to Booker. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Harrell. 1:36 left here in the fourth quarter. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Over Ayton. Leonard, no luck. Suns trail by 15.
And so just rolling to a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Leonard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
That free throw missing. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
That one is no good. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin, and that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And it's Shamet missing. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Jerome. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Patterson. Harrell with it. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.